Obi-Wan, I appreciate you, huge fan. I just have one question. Where is your lightsaber? Hey, I'm Dinas, and I'm back with a review of Obi-Wan Kenobi. This time, we'll take a scene-by-scene look at episode 4. I'll also reveal to you the most important hidden character in the show, and I'm also gonna be rating the security of this Imperial base in particular. It's gonna be fun. If you haven't seen my first video, you can check it out here. First off, poor Hayden Christensen. I mean, he did this entire press tour with the series and sure, he's technically in it, but man, I was thinking maybe they'll work around the suit limitation in some way, maybe with force projections or flashbacks. Anyways, I really like this scene, to be honest. It's creative imagery and you honestly don't see much of this in the show. Everything is so linear and straightforward, and this scene builds on the connection these two characters have. It's truly a breath of fresh air. So I'll be harsh here, guys, but how have we not seen any of the political implications of this abduction yet? I mean, it must have been a week at least, if not more, right? Why is Bail Organa not using this to present the martyrdom of his political isle? Even if he can't prove it's the Empire who abducted her, he could use it to pressure them, because they seem to care a lot about the appearance of democracy to be upheld. That reminds me of something in my own life. But even if there is a good reason for the Organa family not to play this card, we could at least get the explanation why. It would make the world feel so much more organic. Anyways, I think this might be just me trying to get politics into every show, because it is usually the best part of any show. And finally, we get the reveal of the most crucial character of the series. I can't believe they waited 4 episodes for this.
So that's it. Fortress Inquisitorius.
It's impenetrable, Wade.
Keep a lookout for all the important scenes with Wade coming up. Next, I want to stop for this scene. Obi-Wan is obviously struggling to use the Force here. Tala implicitly tells us that emotional wounds can also inhibit Force use, which is a very convenient way for writers to make Obi-Wan useless. I'm joking, but for real, this is kind of a nice touch, as we know Jedi were basically taught to be stoic and not to indulge in pain. So Obi-Wan is suppressing these emotions, but also suppressing his Force power. I kind of like it, even though you could argue he uses a lot of Force power later in the episode. But you can explain that away with his determination to protect Leia being the source. This next short scene I also really like because it has further implications for the main saga. I just love the irony and foreshadowing that the future leader of the rebellion is being questioned about it at such a young age and being shown the symbol of the resistance in this way. It's pretty clever. Okay, let's talk about security, and this will be a recurring segment. So I think the power structure of the Empire is supposed to be incredibly strict, and for that, I will start with an assumption that the security is a 10 out of 10. Well, that doesn't really show here in this scene. This guard is messing up for sure, and I understand that the arguing from a position of authority technique used by Vader trickles all the way down to the lower ranks, but come on, you're holding the most important hostage in the galaxy at this moment. Surely you would call in for that special access request. For that, I will deduct 2 points. I rate the security 8 out of 10 at this moment. It's also one of the many examples in this episode of Tala being very quick with her thinking, and I like her character more and more. Next security scene. No cameras for the underwater docking stations, and no question as to why one entry port opened randomly. I'll knock the security score down another 2 points, 6 out of 10. The planting of the bug here I did not see coming, and I thought it was quite clever, as I was wondering why she didn't just destroy the thing. Just like Vader, I have underestimated her a bit. Generally, her scenes were also much stronger this time, acting-wise, but I will keep saying it. We need the backstory. Also, nice attention to detail at the gate is that their rank medals are obviously different, but here, this guy acts like a superior when they have the same medals. Oh well, maybe it's his station or whatever. So here, Tala gets a security check, which could somewhat explain away all the other problems. Maybe the guard at the gate did call it in. Maybe the port opening was investigated. It still doesn't explain the no cameras underwater. But I will give it plus 3 points, which I will instantly adjust with -2 again for taking a possible security concern into a room without any security personnel or cameras. How convenient for a spy. 7 out of 10. The way she comes back and almost gives Obi-Wan away is good writing. If only they didn't repeat it later. And here's another interrogation scene, which I have to say they came back to it too many times for my taste without actual development. Every time they cut here, I felt like they will just struggle with each other and Leia will not break, which is exactly what happened. And I honestly can't believe they missed this amazing opportunity for the third sister to share some of her backstory as a good cop method, which she did try. She definitely has motivations that at least she thinks are sufficient to hate the Jedi and the Old Republic. This would have been the perfect time for her to share them in an attempt to win Leia over and make her spill the beans. It would have made this scene so much more interesting, and it would have had compounded payoff in every other scene she's in from now on. As far as I'm concerned, they should have made these interrogations just 2 scenes in the edit. Scene 1, she comes in, searches her, finds the droid, plants the bug, and tells that Obi-Wan is dead. Scene 2, she confronts her about the past, slaps the wood piece down, and seeing frightened Leia, tells her about her life to show that she's a human too and she wants to help. But the problem was that they established she can mind read, so if she didn't even try that, I would be complaining about that right now. I still think it's crucial that she shares her backstory here. Security concerns again. In any high security facility, you only have one key that you cannot copy, or the system denies access. So how are Obi-Wan and Tala both moving around in the facility at the same time? I could also question why Tala's access can go literally anywhere, but this might be explainable by her rank. I'm just saying, people with this all access are quite rare, let alone in any Imperial facility. Story-wise, it makes sense, but security-wise, I'll take 2 points away again. 5 out of 10. Also, what the actual fuck are they trying to do to her? Drive these things through her eye sockets? Isn't there maybe a better way to torture a little girl? She'd probably give up if you broke one of her fingers, you know? No need to mutilate her, Jesus Christ. Next, another good Tala moment. These lies are probably prepared in advance in case she gets caught, but I like it a lot. She knows what to say, she's awesome. Speaking of awesome, this is some great Obi-Wan action that I was waiting for here and then later on in these corridors. Finally using the lightsaber because he doesn't have to be afraid of being found out. I guess I wish he was a bit more fierce. He seemed to be struggling a bit, but I don't want to be a dick about it, this was good. What wasn't good is this. My security concern meter is going through the roof in this scene. Are you telling me that a high security prison's underwater windows cannot withstand a single blaster shot? Really? And even if they don't, how is there no metal cover that automatically closes when the glass is shattered? This is so basic. Am I being a pain in the ass here? I don't think I am. Also, the doors can't hold the water when a very possible flood happens? -4 points. We are at a comfortable 1 out of 10 now. Anyway, still, these scenes of the rescue are one of the highlights of the show so far, so I am pleased with it. They could stop with the rescue missions now, but I think I'm just too stubborn to realize that all 6 episodes are basically about one single rescue mission gone wrong many times. Okay, this is the dumbest thing I have seen for a long time. I will just chalk this up to personnel not being trained at all to look for signs of social engineering and security, which this would be a caricature of in a textbook. Someone dressed in unfit clothes smuggling something large under his coat. 6 legs for 2 people. I know it was a state of emergency, but that's all the more important than to look for suspicious behavior. I take the 10-point scale very seriously, so I don't do minus points, but this would be a -3 again, so we hit rock bottom at 0 out of 10 for this Imperial facility security-wise. And we'll stay here for the rest of the episode. Good job. I don't know how these people knew where to come and exactly when, but I'll buy it. I just don't love Deus Ex Machinas like this. But the far bigger issue is, Obi-Wan, please whip out that lightsaber. You're being chased by one. Like, you should be much more effective with your saber, right? What is happening to Star Wars? This cannot be a budget issue, right? It's just animating some beams here and there. You literally just tell the actor to swing a stick and you can connect the shots to the stick in post-production. Why are they so afraid to use sabers? And when they do, why is it like they are holding a 100-pound broadsword? And now to the most important character.
Right behind you.
It is truly a heartbreak to see that after all of these important moments and emotional points of connection, we have to see this beloved fan favorite perish at the hands of the Empire. The ramifications of this for the main saga are just falling into place as I'm writing this. We'll never forget you, Wade. And also, what did I say about this series in my last video? Also, let's give them this Inquisitor type of character, just like the one with the black blade from The Mandalorian. That'll be the villain that will always be just one step behind our heroes, so at the end of every episode they shake their fists at the fleeing duo as they barely escape. This is just what I was talking about. The episodic structure is a problem. This is how shows of the 80s and 90s used to be, and the problem is not that you have a mini narrative in the episode of rescuing Leia. It is that you refuse to create tension by creating new questions at the beginning of the episode and answering them all at the end. Can't you just let the events flow naturally? You're just making this so easy to consume that the series is not in my mind 2 minutes after I finished watching. You will give me a previously on segment, you will give me a basic premise for the episode, and you will resolve all major questions at the end of the episode. I literally need to do zero work for this show, and it makes me respect it less for that. Because I'm a pretentious asshole, I guess. Also, Vader is yet again not intimidating, and that is somehow actually impressive. All these empty threats are not doing the character any good. Make him ask why he shouldn't kill her right away, calmly, and at her response, just say, "You're only alive because you are useful," and walk away. Not this, "I'm gonna kill you now. Oh, you planted a bug. Guess I'm very impressed then." Vader will absolutely need more seasons, because I don't think you can fix this in 2 episodes unless some very good writing comes along. The Qui-Gon thing is apparently also not happening as a recurring element. I was looking forward to it, but with 2 episodes to go, I think it will be left as the season-ending cliffhanger. Look, I know I'm giving the show a hard time, but nothing unfair was said, I think. I realized that as well established as Star Wars is, this is still a season 1 of a series. The production crew needs to get to know each other better, develop characters, and see what works and what doesn't. I have no doubt in my mind that a second season would be much better, and I'm just voicing my concerns in hopes of this little section of the internet maybe finding some of my criticism relatable, and making it easier for you to present your issues with the series better after listening to this. If you found anything you agree with, please let me know in the comments. I can't wait to hear what you thought of episode 4. I will probably make a video on all the episodes, so if you don't want to miss them, subscribe and click the bell. May the Force and better writing be with you. I'd like to thank all of the patrons who support me by any amount. Extra thank you to Marv and Gamma for pledging in the behind the scenes tier. More info on my Patreon page, which you can find in the video description.